Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and I'll be reviewing the Smithsonian Digital Library. If you'd like to access the digital library, the URL is library.si.edu/digital-library. This is the home page of the digital library, and as you can see here at the top of the page, there are several tabs, and if you hover over each, there are lots of clickable links in the drop-down menu. I'm not going to go over each individual tab just because of the time limit that I have, and because a lot of the information is about the physical locations that make up the Smithsonian libraries, but do come and explore and learn more about the Smithsonian libraries if you have the opportunity. The Smithsonian Institution hosts the digital library, and I can give more information about it. The Smithsonian Institution is the world's largest museum, research, and education complex and is comprised of 21 libraries, 19 museums, 9 research centers, and a zoo. And of course, this digital library falls under that complex. The mission statement for the Smithsonian Libraries is the Smithsonian Libraries promotes new ideas through knowledge sharing. We play a dynamic role in advancing scientific and cultural understanding and in preserving America's heritage. Our expert staff and extensive collections are a crucial resource for research and education communities at the Smithsonian within the United States and around the world. So the Smithsonian Libraries originally began as a support system for the Smithsonian Institution as a whole, for their research centers and their museums. However, within the last 20 years, there has been more effort to bring more information and access to the general public. So the digital library is completely accessible to anyone and everyone if they wish to access it. The digital library is composed of 3 different portions. We have the books online section, which has over 7,000 rare books, journals, and manuscripts ranging in various subjects. I point out here this clickable link at the bottom for the Biodiversity Heritage Library, and that's because the mass digitization project began with this library. The Smithsonian Libraries partially founded the Biodiversity Heritage Library, and when they began the digitization process of their natural history and biodiversity volumes, they then began to digitize for their own digital library. And that second portion also includes the collections, which includes selected images from illustrated books, digitized drawings and photos, as well as indexes to some of their special collections. And then the third portion is the exhibition section, and that displays currently displayed exhibitions, online only exhibitions, as well as ones that were displayed in the past. Now, one of my favorite parts of the digital library is the research tools option. The Smithsonian Libraries and, well, the Smithsonian Institution as a whole is really big on research. So, of course, they're going to offer lots of options for research, lots of e-journals and databases. They have OneSearch, the Smithsonian Research Online. So I implore you all to take a look if you have the opportunity at all these different research options. The books online section, I'm going to start off with that. And as you see here, there are lots of ways to explore the books online. You can look through what's been added in the last 3 months. You can browse by topic. And then, of course, you can search up here in the upper right-hand corner. You can also view the book collections that are featured on the side as well as underneath here, these different ones. These are rare books. And I'm going to click on the FAQ so you can get more insight about the technology behind the digital library. This gives a bit more background about the book digitization. And then if you come down a little bit farther, it gives more information about the metadata. They follow the MARC XML metadata schema, and it's set up by their partnership with the Internet Archive. So a lot of what you're going to view on, especially in the books online section, is displayed through the Internet Archive. They also have their own in-house scanning system, Macaw, metadata collection and workflow tool, which I found really interesting. And then if you click on the digital library departments page, they give you the actual physical locations and specific equipment that they use to digitize their items. So you can see all of the different software, hardware that they use for their digitization process. So I am going to search up here on the upper right-hand corner to give you guys an idea of what the results page looks like. So this is the results page, and you can refine your search on the left-hand side here. You can refine by type, subject, creator. You can even narrow down a date range. So I am going to narrow down to digital book type. And then I'm going to click on the third option, which is a Natural History of Birds, Volume 3. And as you can see here, there's a little bit of metadata at the top here, and then a little bit more at the bottom here. And I like this portion of the digital library because they offer you suggestions down here, similar to the item that you are currently viewing. And here's the viewing portion, and this is again offered by Internet Archive, their partnership with them. And you can view in different ways. You can view as a list, you can view as a grid. I personally like the book view because it almost looks like a physical book. It turns the page for you. And then another cool feature is this headphones icon right here. If you click on that, it'll read the book aloud to you. You can zoom in, zoom out, and then also you can share this item. You can download this item. Anyone can download any of the items in the Books Online section, and you can put it on any device you'd like, and you can keep it for however long you want. And so I am going to go to the digital collection section. And it gives you more of a background on their physical collection, and then they give you some insight of how much they have digitized. Of course, it's still an ongoing process. You can access their collections through the different bibliographies, indexes, photo and ephemera collections they have. So there's not really anything that shows what they have recently added, but you can look through the different collections individually. And then finally, their exhibition section, which is actually my favorite section of the digital library. You can look through current exhibitions, online only exhibitions, and past exhibitions. One of my favorites is what is currently on display, and that's called the Magnificent Obsessions. They give you a little introductory blurb here, and then one of my favorite parts is that you can click through each portion of the exhibition as if you've immersed yourself in the exhibition. And of course, they give you a bit more information about when it will be displayed and where. And if you click on the first section, you get a bit more ideas of how they set up the online exhibition. And you can even click on each individual image and you can zoom in. So there's this attention to detail that you would probably get if you were at the physical location of the exhibition, which I think is really neat. And that's about it for the digital library. There's so much more involved in this digital library, so much more to be explored. So I urge all of you to come on over and explore on your own.